Hey there. Time to wake up. Don't be freaked out, okay? Everything's fine. Yeah, of course. Right. So, where do you think you are? Oh, looks like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And not. Exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself. You're on the mission you were supposed to depart on, but circumstances have changed, and you're someone slightly different than you think you are. Huh. You look like me, and you seem to know me well. I feel like I'm looking into a distorted mirror. Is this some kind of metaphysical experience? In a way, you could say that. But before we get into it, I need to ask you some routine questions. You know who you are? Sound question. A lifetime isn't enough to find the answer. Look, it's not a test. Stating your name and role on this mission will be enough. Okay, in that case, my name is Dolski, and I volunteered to join the crew as a physician. I passed all the tests. They told me my resume was adequate. So, what went wrong? Wrong? No, relax, man, everything's fine. The only reason you're here looking at a distorted image of yourself is that, well, I'm Jan Dolski too, and I just created you as an alternative version of me with a different life, different skills. What? How's that supposed to be fine? Wait, does that mean yeah, you're my alter. But my life, I was supposed to. I wanted to make amends. And you can still do that, believe me, plenty of good deeds to be done here. You don't understand. I need to fix things. Everything's connected. My scars, the blisters on my hands. Wow. They're so impeccable. And my tattoo, it's gone. What happened to me? Who am I? Calm down, please. I know this is a lot to process, but it might help you to know that you're not the first to be going through this. Talking to the others might help you understand it all better. Take your time. Try to settle in gradually. Read the mission logs. Mission logs? I'm not dead, right? This isn't it. Death is something we're trying to avoid. That's why you're here. Okay. The absurd man says yes, and his efforts will henceforth be unceasing. Come again? Oh, just, a quote that came to me from, never mind. Just get some rest.
Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff. All done here. Should I help with this now? Hey, I'd like a word with you. All done. Should I take care of this now? this now?
Up world. was something you wanted to talk about. Yeah. This journey. It's taking longer than I thought. Gives me more time to think. Practice all those theoretical scenarios in my head again. What scenarios are we talking about exactly? The way it's gonna play out? When I finally appear on Lena's doorstep? Will I catch her after her morning run, or does she not do that anymore? And where does she even live? But most of all, will she be happy to see me? Or will it scare the shit out of her? I'm not sure you really care about her feelings. This fantasy seems to be all about you getting what you want. You're right. I want this to happen so much. Just tell me at least if she still watches that stupid comedy show. You know, the one about a bunch of eggheads trying to make a video game that sells. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. She'd eat a packet of roasted peanuts and laugh her ass off. Right. And then it was, honey, I'm out of peanuts. You're not going to the store by any chance? Oh man, exactly. I loved that. I hated that. Huh. You're gonna think this is funny, but I'm experiencing this strange feeling when we talk about our common memories with her. Like an annoying itch that I can't scratch. I think I might be jealous. Jealous? Of whom? Me? No, not who. More like jealous of what? All those things I shared with her, intimate moments, I thought they were just between me and her. Now, I have to live with the fact that you had them too. So, even if I did, does it reduce the value of what you shared with her? Maybe not objectively, but it's hard to be cool about it. All those thoughts, such as, did she feel the same way with him or was it different for her? It's like with being cheated on. Sometimes it can be easier to accept it when it's just physical, but it can be much more painful when it actually involves feelings. And someone else suddenly enters a space that was supposed to only belong to the two of you. The conversations you had, that restaurant you liked together, the music you shared. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. There was a time when I thought Lena was cheating on me. What? Things were already beyond repair for us. I think I just needed to blame someone else for it. Find an easy explanation as to why she was so distant from me. Was it true? No. I can see now how childish it was of me. And I know it's not very mature to be feeling what I'm feeling now. But that's just jealousy for you. It's not rational in any way. Still, you just can't help it. And all it does is make your mind go crazy. Still, love wouldn't be what it is without it. You think? I know some people say there's nothing like a little jealousy to keep the fire burning. But it also lets in something toxic. Suspicion. Possessiveness. All those things love should go without. What do you think? I really can't say. Maybe it's because love has so many faces. Who can say if a passionate affair is better than steady family love? Maybe they can coexist. Maybe. You know what? I shouldn't have touched on this subject in the first place. What? Why not? It's opening up too many wounds. I guess I just miss her. Simple as that. Hope she calls again soon. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Anytime.
Fuck no. No way. How is that? Fuck, I love this game. Fuck no. Yes! There we go. No way.
Lend me your ear.
See you next time.
There's something I want to share.
Hey there. You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I've been thinking about the branching thing. It's so confusing.
Tell me about it.
I mean, remember how I told you about my body? The one I know versus this one? Well, I don't get it. Why is it exactly that we're created with different minds, like, different beverages or snacks, but then we all end up in the same packaging? It doesn't make much sense. Well, it's not the packaging that matters most. It's the content. That's what they say. But you don't brew ale only to pour it into plastic bottles. My skills, my whole personality derives from a certain lifestyle, and that makes my mind and body inseparable. That's how it feels to me.
Huh. I never looked at it that way.
I know, and honestly, I find it a little hard to understand. I mean, how can you be so careless about your body? It's the only one you'll ever have, man. Why'd you let it become so neglected? guess I just had more important things to do. Studying, settling down, buying a house. Funny. Now that I look at it, you probably didn't have my motivation. Which was? Well, for me, it all started when I moved abroad. You know, after Mom died, I decided to stay there, and for a while it was pretty lonely out there. Didn't you have friends? Not at first, no. You can laugh, but I was a little apprehensive to jump into a new environment. It was just work and sleep, and some bad eating habits. So that's when you started working out. Out of boredom at first, then kind of became a fun thing. I made friends, started going out a lot, but by that time, the gym had become an important part of my routine. I drank less, slept better, and it just made me feel in control of my life, you know? I get you. Now that you've told me the whole story. Thanks. You know, maybe if I could get back to my routine here, at least in some way, it could really help me shake off all this anxiety. I'd probably sleep better, feel more like me. Do you think there's a chance you could help me get my hands on some exercise equipment here? I could try. Really? Thanks, bro. I knew I could confide in you.
like I'm done. Should I go there next? Done here. Should I help with this now?
Look at this beauty. Gave me my old lucky. Got everything you need out there? Drills and pylons and whatnot? Hey man, I can see something's upsetting you. Don't make it worse. Love the attitude. So what can I mean, what do you usually do when you're angry? Nothing usual about these circumstances. Oh, I don't know, Jan. I try to avoid people who irritate me. All the more reason to throw yourself into work, right? That's true. I'd like to get back to it. I can see you're uncomfortable, anxious. I've had my share of stress lately. How can I help? What do you usually do when things overwhelm you? Well, I like to look for hope. In medical articles, for example, I look through reports about new medications or vaccines. Every time someone comes up with a cure for an obscure illness, I feel happier. Well, you don't have to look too far. Our little group is a scientific miracle. You're right. I can find comfort in that. Why is it so important? Looks like a waste of space, to be honest. I have something for you. The exercise equipment you asked for. Awesome, man! I knew I could rely on you. Can't wait to try these babies out. How are you?
Hey, lend me your ear. There's something I want to share.
I feel good about today. I'm gonna miss that fluffy little girl. Hey, you wanted to talk? Yeah, I wanted to thank you for getting me that exercise equipment again. You have no idea how it helped me to stay sane in here. But I was thinking, what if we built something everyone could benefit from? Yeah. I was hoping to upgrade the social room so we could entertain ourselves more. That's also a good idea, but I was gonna suggest something a little different, better. I've noticed you took the trouble to invest in a fitness module, and that is the direction I was thinking about. Really? Yeah. I mean, since we have it, why not upgrade it and add some real gym equipment to it? You know, a treadmill is fine, but nothing beats a decent bench press at the end of a hard day at work. Okay, I'll consider your request. Thanks, man. To be honest, burning calories in space is a little pointless. When what we should really be worried about is increasing our bone and muscle density, right?
Here to the kitchen module.
I'm blocked here. Not enough resources. Should I do work there instead? God, I noticed our storage is rather full.
What's up?
Can't do this without resources. Should I move on to this now?
Batteries, drills, detectors. All that preparation must feel like a second job. How is that fucking? I got this. I love this game. How is that? Fuck no. I got this. Kidding me? Oh,
To the safer evacuation layer. Cryosleep visible.
Okay, I'm done. I can do this now. Am I needed there?
Howdy.
Ah, another movie. This one was actually on my pile of shame. Yes.
This looks like a good spot to use the gravity sensor.
Jan, there's an issue we need to discuss. Let's meet.
What if she died because of something we did?
It was just a sheep. So, did you get any interesting readings from the gravity sensor? Yes, fascinating stuff. The gravity field distortion forms a remarkable pattern. It's not like any of the other distortions we've encountered.
Do you think it's connected to the integral?
Looks like everything's connected here. I told you that gravity distortions have been observed on previous missions, but the scale of this one, it's unprecedented. And it's making me wonder.
About what?
You see, logically, objects on the proximity plane shouldn't have a mass in our reality. So how could they have such a strong impact on our gravity? It could lead to some extremely revolutionary hypotheses. It's so annoying that I can't devote more time to this problem.
So, how do we proceed?
Well, it looks like we have no other way but to destroy this extraordinary phenomenon.
Are you serious? How am I supposed to use the illuminator on that?
No, the illuminator won't help us here. We'll need to create a counterforce that will neutralize the gravity field. It will have to be very powerful and extremely precise. I'll need some time to make the calculations. One mistake, and this whole thing can go dangerously wrong.
I can't even imagine you making a mistake.
Yes, well, you've clearly forgotten our exam in algebraic topology. I have, yeah. Yeah, we lost a whole 10 points just because of one stupid miscalculation. It haunts me to this day. Still, nice to have your trust. Just give me the time to study this case properly, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
So how's the workout going? You happy with your barbells? Oh, yeah. Thanks for making the effort.
You feeling all right?
Honestly, my body feels great.
I feel much stronger already, but...
But what?
But it's not okay. I'm not okay. I think I was deceiving myself. I did feel incompatible, but it wasn't because my body was incomplete. It was because my soul was missing something. Or someone, to be more precise. Someone I loved. Ben. Ben? Yeah? Is it really so surprising for you?
Actually, not that much.
Of course not. You remember our basketball team captain?
Yeah, I do, but... You know, I always thought that was just for laughs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for laughs. What about your cousin's boyfriend in the summer of...
Okay, yeah, you win. You win. I always thought of it as a phase. You know, experimenting with different stuff.
Well, I thought that about my experiments with girls. But it wasn't a phase. It felt right for you. You just never met the right guy.
Yeah,
I guess I met the right woman instead. And I met Ben, which means in our case, it wasn't really about looking for a woman or a man, just
finding the right person. So, tell me more about Ben.
Well, after Mom died, I decided to stay abroad, quit college. I joined this community of warehouse workers and got into activism. Ben was in our group, a geology student, but he was different. Never took things too seriously, everybody liked him. He had me the moment he smiled at me.
What happened then?
Our protest didn't bring results, so we intensified our actions. Police interventions escalated. Before we knew it, we were entangled in a full-scale war between the workers and the corporations. I was all into it. I even felt like the people might want me as a leader. But Ben, he started having doubts. He detested violence. He wanted us to try and change the corporation by working with it instead of fighting it.
Sounds like your Ben was a truly idealistic soul.
You got that right. At first, I mistook it for cowardice, but as the riots got more and more violent, I began to see he was actually brave to go against the tide like that. So, when Ben suggested we just pack our things and get away from it all,
You went with him.
yeah, I did. And I never regretted that decision.
So, you miss this guy.
We became inseparable. He talked me into taking up a job at an offshore oil rig. And one day, when we were on shore leave, Ben started talking about rubidium and space mining missions. He was so excited about it. Wanted us to enroll there and then.
And did you?
We both did. And then we got totally wasted, which was a bad idea because that was our last day off. So the next day, our transport arrives and Ben gets on it without me. I'm just too damn hungover. So I stay behind, miss my shift, make calls to tell them I'll get on the next transport. But I never do. Because that day, there's a major gas leak on the rig. The whole thing blows up, killing a dozen people, including Ben. After that, I just kept blaming myself for not being there with him. I kept turning it over and over in my head, wondering if I could have done something.
I'm so sorry, man.
Well, that's the twisted thing. I appreciate your empathy, but you don't have to be sorry.
I don't?
No. Because it's not what really happened, right?
Okay.
At first, I was too confused to even think about it, and I guess I tried to keep Ben and that whole story at arm's length. It was depressing enough to realize who I was, or what I was. Ripple on the water of someone else's life. And I don't like being depressed, you know that. Yeah. But doing more and more of those bench presses, I just couldn't avoid thinking that if my real life path was different and I, meaning you, never even met Ben, then that means there's a possibility he might still be alive, if he exists at all. And the more I think about it, the more certain I am that I just want to know. I want to know what the real reality looks like. Does that make any sense to you? Okay, tell you what. Why don't we try and find out more about him when we get back? If we get back. If you get back. Not much chance for me to make it. We both know that. No, Jan. You don't get it. I need to know now. It would just be so amazing to discover a different, better ending to my story. Oh, come on. Can't you use your contact with Earth to ask around? Okay. No promises, but I can try. Thanks, man. Seriously, I know it's a lot. I need to narrow down the search a bit, though. Sure. The name's Ben Harris. Actually, his full name's Benjamin, but he never liked it. The Ben I knew anyway. So I was thinking, since my Ben was so hyped up about going on a Dolly mission, if he exists, there's a solid chance he applied in this reality too, which means he's gotta be an Ally Corps database of candidates. Okay. Let's find out if you really know him that well.
just lie still and think of something engaging. When will you have the results? Not before I finish scanning everybody. You're the first one, so after we finish, you can go to bed and come back in the morning. I should know more by then. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Damn. I hope everything will turn out just fine.
Feels like waiting for high school finals or